Hello, and good time zone. And what is up, esteemed gamers? Wonderful to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. Hope you're having wonderful Thursdays. I am certainly having an eventful Thursday, and you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just an interesting time. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome on in. It's lovely to see y'all. Hello, hello. I have just availed myself of not one, but two. But I can't say the medicine you take when you have an oof out, because I've just literally, as soon as I hit go live, my head decided to have a headache. So here we are. Anyways, hello, Aoife. Welcome on in. Thank you for the 15 stream steak. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Very appreciated. Thank you indeed. And hello also to Tals. Lovely to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see y'all. Welcome, welcome. How are your Thursdays going? Hello. Hi. Have I said all of the greeting words? Greetings. Hail and well met. Oi. Anyways, hello. Hi, Turnip. How are you doing? Welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely to see y'all. Would you like to see me? Perchance. For tis... No. Are you kidding me? What is it doing now? It was working fine before the stream started. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, bear with just a second, please. Okay, well, I could see... Anyways, you know, I'm just gonna restart it, because clearly something a little funky is going on here. But in the meantime, how's everybody doing? Hope you're having good Thursdays. I had a bit of a day today. I had a doctor's appointment earlier this afternoon, and it was fine. It was nice. It felt, you know, not the worst doctor's appointment I've ever had by any stretch. But arising from that, I got prescribed a medication. And I go to the pharmacy to collect the medication, and they're like, no, your name doesn't exist on our system. So, I don't have the medicine, and I'm just really praying that if I go to the further away pharmacy in the city center tomorrow, that they've just goofed and sent it there, which is fine, but it'd be nice to know. Why is it not... Why are you not seeing my camera? That's alarming. Okay. I'm gonna try restarting this. Why does it say it's connected using the Wi-Fi? That's inappropriate. Ugh, for heaven's sakes. So this might be a short stream, everyone. In as much as... Oh. Okay. This might be a short stream, everyone, in as much as, I can't seem to get the camera to actually show. It just doesn't think that there's anything there. Why? Oh, it was working totally fine on Monday's stream. And just now it's decided to just... And it was working fine before I started the stream. And now it's just decided to just poopy its pants, apparently. Oh no. Oh beans. Oh heck. Because, yeah, as I say, it's, the camera app is working fine. The camera computer program is working fine. But it doesn't seem to want to be speaking to, the stream software. So, hopefully in mere moments, we will be looking at if we have any luck with this, an incomplete watercolor painting of some gnomes. But hold your breath, hold your horses, hold your friends and tell them that you love them. Oh no. Oh, that's... Okay, well, the image is appearing, but now it's, like, super pixelated, and... Okay. Well, let's just see if it actually works on stream. Is it... No, it is not. Okay, something is definitely going very wrong here. Okay, I'm gonna... You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and restart it again. And once I finish restarting it again, I'm gonna rethink. maybe I need to open the computer one first and then open the one on the camera. Will this work? Yes, connect a device. I have connected a device. It is connected. Why is it all pixely? Oh, that's really weird. Oh no. Okay. I've restarted the program a couple of times. There's nothing it shouldn't be doing anything weird. And it's just not connecting to the streaming software at all. What happens if I try to configure video? What does it do? Absolutely no idea. Okay. I genuinely don't know how to fix this. Oh, beans. Is this going to be a restart my whole computer jobby? This might be a restart my whole computer jobby. I'm going to ask y'all to bear with. Stick around. I'll hopefully be back in a few moments. BRB. Oh, pretzels. Heck, am I live? Am I live again? Am I live again? I think I'm live again, but it's restarted the stream, so it says I've been here for 10 seconds, and it says nobody's here. It'll catch up. People are here. Okay, fantastic. Hello. Can you see an image that looks to be some kind of artwork? Please tell me you can see gnomes right now. I'm holding gnomes up at the camera, and it sure looks like I can see gnomes. Anyways, hello, Fletch. Welcome in. You came in at the best possible time. Because we've had a bit of an ordeal so far. Oh no, is this gonna completely F up my ad schedule as well? Because that's supposed to be running. Oh no, it better not kick you into another round of ads. We just had them. Oh, heck. Oh no, it wants to run another thing of ads. Flip. I don't know how to get rid of that. Because it thinks we started another stream. I'm gonna just snooze it as many times as I can. And I'm really sorry if you end up having to see ads. I really am. Anyways. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back, Fletch, Turnip, Aoife, Tals. Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm so sorry about that. I am so happy to actually be here this time. Fletch says, Bezos is greedy today. Genuinely, the ads just ran. It was just, I was live for like, I was in technical difficulties for like 5 seconds too long. And so it restarted the stream. I'm so annoyed. I do not want it to run ads again. I'm just gonna snooze it as many times as I can. And I don't know, I guess have a really early break or something. But in the meantime, oh, Fletch says, I don't see no's, but I do see yes'ms. Aw, thank you, Fletch. That's very kind. Damn it, Jeff. Eva says, Bezos greedy? That seems quite far-fetched. Unbelievable. Inconceivable. I cannot even imagine. Anyways, this is what we're meant to be working on today. I was like, why is this sitting so funny on the page? There was this little brush protector underneath, but also this paper has definitely buckled a little bit. And you know what? That, honestly, it does not bother me when my paint paper buckles. I've tried taping my paintings down while I'm working on them, but I get really annoyed when I can't, like, turn the canvas around. And I can't do that if it's taped to this surface. But, what was I gonna say? It looks a little bit weird so far, this painting, I feel like, but I think we'll get there with it. Oh my goodness, excuse me, I've got the hiccups today, apparently. I am about to take some medicine, so, I think I mentioned earlier that, a headache came in as soon as I hit go live this afternoon, so I've got some ibuprofens here. Just nice, normal headache medicine. I try not to take it very often, but you know, sometimes your head hurts real bad, and you gotta. Anyways. Sorry about that. Um, Fletch says, Sammy, I love that blue. Oh my god, the forest be looking hella festive. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I aim to hella festivity. That is 100% what I'm after with this piece. So I'm really happy to hear it. I love the way that sort of like just before it becomes nighttime at 4 in the afternoon, you get that like really amazing blue sort of the sky, especially at this time of year. I just think it looks so gorgeous. I wanted to paint it again, and I wanted to paint these little gnome husbands as well, because they're in love with each other and they like being painted together. Anyways, how is everyone else? Notwithstanding all the weirdness that we've had so far this stream, how are y'all doing? It's very nice to be here and see you, and I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties at the outset, but I'm very happy to be back. Sammy Ann says, OMG, what a lovely forest walk. It's so festive. Oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. I aim to festivity, and I'm so glad to hear that it is, at least thus far, hitting the mark. That's nice. Thank you so much. Also, how are you doing, Sammy Ann? It's wonderful to see you. Welcome on in. Okay, almost done taking my medicines. This is a good moment, I suppose, to also say, if you are a person who needs to take medicine, you are supposed to have taken your medicine by now, and you haven't taken your medicine yet, I recommend taking your medicine. You should do that. It's good for you. Anyways, I hope I do get to the bottom of my medicine mystery as well, for anyone who missed it earlier. I saw the doctor earlier today. I shall not bore you with the details, but I got prescribed a medicine. I went to the pharmacy and they're like, nope, we don't have your name on file. So I'm gonna be racing around town tomorrow trying to figure out what pharmacy they actually sent my request into, and hope that I'm able to, you know, get medicine. Anyways, right. It's not like an emergency, so, you know, please don't worry about me. I'm okay. Oh, and speaking of drinking all this water, I need to borrow some of this. I still haven't seen this movie. But it makes this water bottle is really good. It's very sturdy, but it's also like lightweight and easy to clean, and my water tastes normal. It's just tap water. But I'm not a big fan of a lot of reusable water bottles, because the water ends up tasting weird to me, and they're weirdly difficult to clean, and if you don't clean them properly, then they get all gross. But weirdly, I find a lot of, you know, sort of like single-use water bottles are actually better for me in terms of like portability, and I'm just carrying it around the house anyways, but still. Anyways, Sammy Ann says, the little one is home again today, but she's doing better. Well, I'm very glad to hear that she's doing better. I'm going to watch and lurk while I get us both some lunch. Ooh, wonderful stuff. I hope you have a lovely, lovely lunch. Sammy Ann wants to know, you can't call around the office and ask. I could conceivably ring up the doctor's office, but when that tends to be, I don't know how long I'll be on hold for, and I don't want to. So, I have enough of a, how shall I say? Telephone calls give me a lot more anxiety than any other type of communication. Therefore, if I can avoid it by taking even ridiculously extended steps to not have to make a phone call, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Oh geez, I've got to snooze ads again. I'm so annoyed that it's decided to kick the sort of start of stream ads on again. That's so mean. And I can only snooze 3 times, so eventually I'm going to have to take a very early break, but I guess that's no bad thing. We'll just have, the ad breaks will just be at different times this stream. I will try and make sure that we don't actually experience more than the usual number if I can. Because, yeah. Because ads are annoying. Anyways. Sammy says, I feel that in my bones. Indeed. I don't know what it is. Sometimes when you're out in public, you'll see someone on the bus or just dooting around, at the supermarket or whatever, and they're just on their phone. They're just on their phone, and it's not like, oh, they're in the supermarket and they're looking at, like, fruits and stuff, and they're like, wait a second, did you want green kiwi fruit or gold kiwi fruit, honey? Which one did you want me to buy? No, they've only got green kiwi fruit and gold kiwi fruit. I don't think they make them in that color. No, sweetie, I'm pretty sure I know you saw it on Facebook, but that doesn't mean that. Okay, sweetie, I'll ask a member of staff. Not like that kind of thing, but just like shooting the breeze with somebody at length in a public place. I cannot imagine feeling comfortable doing that. I had someone who I used to have an acquaintance who would like just ring me up to have like a social telephone call. And I never wanted to. But I remember one time I was literally in the supermarket trying to do a bit of a shop in the afternoon, and I get a call from this acquaintance, and he's like, hey, how's it going? Do you want to catch up? And I'm like, no. But also, I was probably about 10 years younger at the time and not as good at saying no to people as I am now that I'm, like, middle-aged and tired. So I was like, sure. But I couldn't do that while being in the supermarket, so I had to, like, abandon my basket and just, like, leave the supermarket and go stand outside until I was finished with the call. And then go back and, like, resume my shop. Oh, God, it was so awkward, though. I felt uncomfortable the whole time. No. Anyways. Fletch says, even if a friend calls me, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip if I pick up. It's mostly tails. That is such a mood. I think, if it's something that's, like, urgent and important and you need to speak to me, leave a voicemail. I will get the voicemail and I will call you back. I'm amazed at the number of people who, like, oh, there's no answer, and then just don't leave a voicemail. It's like, no, tell me what's up. Give me, like, a succinct, like, précis of what you want to discuss, and I will call you back and we'll have that conversation as efficiently as possible. Don't you worry. But if it's a number I don't know, forget it. You're not getting an answer. You'd better leave a voicemail. If it's a number I recognize very, very well, like my partner, then I pick up because it's my partner, and talking to them doesn't drain my batteries and make me anxious in the way that speaking to, like, any other unexpected phone call would. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a different personality, I think, and it's not mine. Even, I remember when I was, like, young, when I was, a child and a teen, it was, like, that stereotype that, like, oh, teenagers are just talking on the phone all the time. They love talking. This is like, meaningful internet, bear in mind. Like, we had emails and, bad websites. We had GeoCities websites, and they were full of, like, very sparkly pictures and amazing. But the internet wasn't nearly as comprehensive as it is now. Even as, like, a communications tool. So, yeah, you kind of, if you wanted to talk to your friends and you weren't there in person, you'd be on the phone. And I never did enjoy that. And I never understood enjoying that. The only times that I would be talking at length with somebody over the phone is, like, they legit live in another country, and this is the only method of communication that we have regularly. You know what I mean? Like, that's different. It's like, oh, it's my friend who's in Australia. Okay, let's have a chit-chat. But even then, like, the like, conversation was limited by, like, this is a very expensive phone call, so it's going to be, like, 10 minutes or less. But yeah, no, I've never gotten that. I don't know. Maybe it's just something about, like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyways. And certainly it's even worse, like, having to communicate with a stranger over the phone. Ugh. I used to do it all the time for an old day job. But it was very much, it was a conversation where I was making calls to, like, patrons, and I followed a very specific script. So it was very easy to do because I would, say, hi, this is, I'm calling to speak to so-and-so. And they'd be like, okay, or they're not home right now. And then I would just deliver the message, say thanks, and then hang up. And that was fine. In fact, I was so good at having like a telephone voice for that I ended up being the voice of like the automated phone system for that place. The to speak to the research department, press 4. That kind of thing. That was a good time. I used to have a nice voice, believe it or not. I'm gonna get my paints. I'm gonna get my paints. Okay, I got my paints. Now, these trees... So where we left off last time, I decided that the like sort of sky poking out in the background behind this this assemblage of trees was just a little too light. So I darkened it down, and after darkening it down, looking at this after the stream, I was like, well, now the trees need to be darker. Because they should be darker than the sky. So I have to, again, turn the volume down on the trees now. Oops. So that's what we're going to do next. This is the paints that we're working with. I don't have time to do it before. It is forcing an ad break on us. I cannot cancel this one. So I guess I'm not going to start painting yet. And I do apologize for the impending ad break. Truly, I do. This is the paints that we're working with. This is a 1930 set from Choosing Keeping. It's Japanese watercolors. I love these colors so much. We're using this one for like the snow, sky, blue hour stuff. My moderator / spouse has just come home, so I'm going to go quickly say hi to him. One moment, please, chat. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. My stream is about to run ads for reasons I'll explain when the ads are running. So, quick hug. Hello. Welcome home. And then, okay. I'll come see you in a minute and 50 seconds, babe. Anyways, Turnip says hi, by the way. Thank you for the hellos, chat. Okay. Before we are forced into an ad break, I will say, hi.
Hello, chat.
That was his delightful voice. Turnip says spouse. I will claim that as Scots slang and spoos. Scots slang and not a typo. I see the moderator / spoos. Indeed. Hello, Joe. Welcome in. How are you doing? It is wonderful to see you and welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Well, I want to just let y'all know, I've decided that I think I want to warm the tree trunks just a smidge, so I'm going to give them a glaze of mostly this brown color, to darken them down a bit, and also to, just warm up the tone of them a little, because I think it's looking a little too straight ahead black. I think it wants to be more of a dark brown. Anyways, hello voice, says Styles. Thank you very much. He's off in the other room changing out of his cold misty jacket and into a cozy jumper, I think. But yes. Anyways, I do apologize that we're about to bump into an ad break. Twitch, I do not approve of this. We literally just had one. It's not my fault that the stream restarted. Please enjoy the BRB screen for a few minutes. I will be back. I do apologize for the ads, but you're not going to miss anything. Oh, thank goodness we're back. Hi, everybody. So sorry about that. I'm honestly very annoyed with Twitch, but at least this means that we won't have an interruption for quite a while, which is really nice. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyways, many distractions. Hey, welcome in. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see you, and welcome on in. Hello, hello, Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm certainly having a day. Looking forward to getting stuck back into this, and we do have... Sorry. I'm gonna take a little sip of my tea. Little sip it. I always want to say sip it to mean like a little sip, because to me a sip it sounds like it would be a little sip, but I'm very aware that a sip it is basically like an old-timey crouton. It's just like a little piece of toast, basically, that you would put like, that you would, you know, put on top of a bowl of soup, or we were making sippets to we went a little bit crazy at the supermarket. They had this 3-cheese bake in this little ceramic dish, and I was like, oh, you know what? It comes with a ceramic dish that you then get to keep. I want the nice little brown ceramic dish. It'll be a useful dish. But instead of just buying a dish for £4, I get a dish and cheese dip. Anyways, we're going to have sippets to dip in our cheese dip, and I'm very excited. It's I think 3 cheeses, and you put it in the oven so it goes all like browned and bubbly, and oh, my lactase pills are going to be working hard that day, let me tell you. Anyways, many distractions. Thank you so much for the 35 streams. 35 streams. Oh my god, that's so many streams. Thank you so much for the steak. I hope you enjoy your 35 steaks. That is a recipe for giving yourself the meat sweats. Please don't eat them all at once. I don't think that's good for your digestion. I give fight milk for steaks. Thank you so much for the fight milk as well. Thank you, thank you. Speaking of emotes, I'm hoping to do a little bit of an emote rebrand at the top of the next calendar year. Like, I've got quite a few emotes that I think are pretty great, but I feel like some of them can either be improved upon, or we can just replace them with something else a little bit more contemporary. Like, we've got this new bad boy, which is just me. It's just my VTuber face. Or PNG tuber, I guess. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, I saw... In my like recommended like YouTube Shorts feed today, there was a clip from someone who is a VTuber, like properly like VTuber. And someone in their chat asked the question, "Who is your voice actor?" And it's like, wait, but do you think that this is just like an animated cartoon show? This is just a person with like a picture whose mouth moves to represent them on screen instead of their actual face. That, like, you know that, right? I just thought, who is their voice actor was a very weird way of wording it. Their voice actor is the streamer's own voice. It's like, and special guest Tony Danza as himself. It's giving that kind of a vibe. Sammy Kelch, played by Sammy Kelch, says many distractions. Yes, exactly. Many distractions also said, I feel that was going to do voluntary work today. Oh, nice. My body and brain decided, hey, we're going to make you ill and give you bad headspace. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so very sorry to hear that. I hope that you are able to avail yourself of some rest and feel very much better soon. Kirsty says, Sammy Kelch voiced by Vin Diesel. I feel like that would be a very different... What would people do if I went live one day? My PNG tuber was here as usual. My hands were here as usual. My artwork was here as usual. But instead of my voice, it was just Vin Diesel. Honestly, I wish I had the ability to do that. I wish I could just get on like, you know, get into his DMs, be like, hey Vin, I have a gig for you. Just just do the voice part of my stream for me while I paint. Okay, thanks. Anyways, how's it going, Kirsty? It's wonderful to see you. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome. Turnip says that would be amazing. Kirsty says, I'd be like, can I have Sammy back, please, sir? Oh, gee. Just get some voice sample saying, I am Groot. I am not Groot. I am, I don't know, a small sphere. Where's the I am a small sphere. They're over there. There. It's so hard finding the exact right point on the camera for pointing it at me. Where's no hello. They're right there. That is me. I wish I was as cool as a tree. Trees are cool. But sadly I am just a stinky little human. Yes. Anyways, speaking of stinky, I'm so annoyed. There's this perfume maker that I really want to try out. She seems very cool and has neat ideas for like the smells that she combines. And you can get samples because my god, they're expensive. I'm never gonna buy a full size of any of these perfumes. I live off of samples as much as I can. Because I ain't made of money. But samples are nice and cheap. You get a bottle that, to be honest, is going to last me a really long time, and it only costs like £5. But you can only, you can get 3 samples, and it costs, I think, £15, but it's limit 1 per customer, which means I can't just go sample like 9 different things if I decide that I want to try more of them. I can only get 1, and trying to make that decision is really hard. It's so mean. Anyways, Groot am I, says Many Distractions. Oh god, is Groot Yoda now? Trees are cool, says Many Distractions. I completely agree. Trees are very cool. Hey chat, what's your favorite tree? I don't know if that's a weird question, but what's your favorite tree? Mine is a black locust. Specifically because there was one outside my family home for most of my time there. It was like a little sapling when my grandfather planted it. It was a tiny little baby sapling when my grandfather planted it. And by the time they were like, this is a safety risk, and if there's like a big storm, it will take out like our entire roof and our neighbor's roof. So we need to get rid of the tree. By the time they did that, and it was a very difficult decision, and the tree specialists that they got out to come do it were like, we don't want to do this because it was such a beautiful tree, because it was freaking huge. It was so big. It was there for like 30 years and it got so tall. No one expected it to get that tall, but I think that's just a testament to, I don't know, the power of love. It makes you grow. Unless you're me, in which case I store it all in here somewhere, and I'm just a very powerful tiny sphere. An incredibly dense tiny sphere of love. Anyways, this metaphor is getting pained. My point is, it was a beautiful tree, and also the best honey comes from those trees. Anyways, it is so good with crepes. Anyways, sorry. Aoife says, OMG, gotta love all those extensions saving me from scary change. I got Twitch back looking like it always did. Oh, hell yeah. Was it looking weird? I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you fixed it. Mine is a U, says Startup. Oh, okay. I have a U. Can I share the U story? I have to share the U story. So, my parents got a U tree. It's also really beautiful. When they picked up the yew sapling from the garden center where they bought it, the lady who was helping them package it up said, "Oh, I love yews." And my dad turns to her and said, "We love you too." And she was like, "Oh my god." Anyways, Mesh, thank you for the posture check. I will lengthen my spine. I very appreciate it. And I will indeed also take a sip of my tea. Thank you very much. And 1 paint water sip. Joke's on you. I haven't actually used any paint in this yet, so that's more or less clean water. Okay, there might have been a hint of brush cleaner in there. Oh, okay. But you know what? That's how dedicated to y'all I am. Anyways. I'm catching up with chat. That's tough, says Tals. Yeah, individual tree, probably the oak at the end of the drive where I would always climb when I was young. Oh, Tals, that's so lovely and sweet. That's really adorable. I love that for you. Aoife says, I love black locust honey. We call it false acacia here. So we call the honey acacia honey. In Hungarian, the tree is known as ocatio. So, yeah. I have to remember what it is in English because I'm used to just calling it the ocatio. And it is the best honey. I love it. So it's so delicious. So yeah, when you talk about acacia honey, it is a black locust honey. Exactly. Oh, the beautiful ocatio. Anyways, oh, they changed the layout of Twitch yesterday. Heck, I was very busy yesterday, so I didn't really get a chance to do anything but lurk very vaguely, aka open a tab and get back to like reviewing dense scientific documents. So yeah, I look forward to getting to know that, and apologies to anyone watching stream who's like, what's happening to my computer? General tree types, this tells probably weeping willows. Oh, another wonderful choice. Oh, I love willows. I should paint some more willows. I painted some weeping willows like 2 years ago, and I haven't done any since. I should do another sort of one of them types of scenes. I think that'd be nice. But yes. Anyways, Sammy drinks paint water. Confirmed, says Mesh. No. It was just water. That's the point. I literally just filled it out of this water bottle. I haven't put paint in it yet. They put stream name, profile picture, title, and stuff above the video, Aoife. Oh, no, weird. I'm so sorry. Why would they do that? It's like when you go to the supermarket and you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick up some milk, and they have moved the milk to, like, God knows where. Why? Anyways, I hate it, says Mesh. Oh no. Do you think they'll get a lot of complaints and change it back? Do we think they'll get a lot of complaints and change it back, or will they get a lot of complaints and not change it anyways? I cannot wait to find out. But I don't like that. Title, get down from the ceiling, says Many Distractions. Yeah! What's it doing up there? That's not appropriate. I was much confused by that change, since Tals. I don't like it. I can see my own stream, but I'm usually looking at like the mod screen, so I don't notice anything weird. Oh my goodness, Indigo says, oh god, why did you mention it? I didn't even notice. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Mesh says, I hope the 7 TV people fix it for us. Oh, fingies crossed. Fingies, toes, arms, legs, and eyes crossed, that somebody fixes it. Ugh. There's an option in FFZ that changes it back, says Aoife. But that is an experimental option. Well, not surprising if it's just been changed. Spider title. Oh, it is like the spiders that like to hang out in my ceiling corners and scare me when I'm trying to take a shower. I could share a link showing how to change it back, says Aoife. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. Do you want to maybe pop it into the Discord? Because I would like to be able to look at it after stream as well. And I'll drop a link to the Discord in the chat. I don't have this change, says Joe. I don't want it, but I don't... Oh, is it one of those things being rolled out gradually? Maybe some people are being, like... Maybe some people have been, like, enrolled in a non-optional beta test or something of it. Oh, they'll probably change it, says Many Distractions. Reminds me of when Twitch changed the Dino emote. Why would they change the Dino emote? Look at him. That's one of the little generic emotes that I like the best. It's so stinking cute. Jeez, guys. Well, I guess sometimes they feel like, oh, we need to change, we need to modernize, we need to get with the times, yada, yada, yada. We need to ultimately actually make things worse than they were in the first place. Y'all. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. Okay. I am assembling some brown paint here, as you can see. I'm just pulling some of my kurocha here, which is our roasted tea, which is a nice, deep brown. Oh, heck. Sorry about that. And yeah, my throat has just been varying levels of hoarse for a while now. I'm hoping to be able to correct this, but we'll see. Assuming I'll actually be able to pick up that prescription, hopefully it'll help. Anyways, I guess I'm just gonna start in earnest and see if I can just get a nice little light glaze of paint over this and hope that it doesn't wreck it. That's a normal attitude, right? I think it probably is. Okay, how does that look? Is that any darker or is it just browner? Not sure. Anyways, hello, love.
So there was 9 pieces of sushi.
Yes.
I've had 4.
Okay. You can have another one if you want.
No, there's 5 left for you. That's one.
No, that's too many. Have 5. Or don't. Whatever. Thank you. I bought sushi on impulse this afternoon, while I was out and about, and have shared it with my person. Was it yummy? Okay. It's just supermarket sushi, which, to be honest, I generally don't think is the nicest, but it's not the worst supermarket sushi, I think. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not the worst supermarket sushi. But yeah, Mesh says apparently there's 2 versions of this layout. One with the follow-in bell button at the bottom, and one at the top. I got one with them at the bottom. Why would they make 2? They're testing out stuff. If they're making 2 versions of, like, the layout, clearly they're testing out to see what is the most acceptable to users and stuff. So hopefully people be like, hey, our favorite version is don't move all of these things. Thanks. Oh, we got a Christmas card from my partner's parents. Oh, that's really sweet. To a special couple. Aww.
That's definitely wacky, isn't it?
That's very sweet. Yeah, it's fine live though. Yeah. Anyways, that's very sweet of them. I still don't know. This is something that was not a tradition in my family back in Canada. The sending postal Christmas cards to people that you will be seeing on Christmas Day is very unusual for me. So I think there was a year that I just didn't send a card. And they were sad because they didn't get a card because I didn't realize that was a thing that one did here. I don't know if that's an everyone thing or just like specific family traditions. No idea. But I felt very, very embarrassed. Anyways. Just put it in general chat on Discord. Thank you, Aoife. Thank you. Mesh says, I want neither. I just want the old one. Yep. I mean, I feel like every website faces opposition when they change the layouts of things. Usually because it's like they change the layouts of things to make it like less intuitive and confusing and not as good. Instead of changing things that people have actually been asking them to change, that seems to oftentimes be what happens, which is not great. I really hope I'm not, like, actively ruining this painting right now. I really do. But at this point, I don't know. Anyways. But yeah. Okay, well, the trees are definitely looking darker and more kind of silhouetted and stuff. Anyways, works like a charm for me and others, seems to not interfere with other stuff, says Aoife. That is fantastic. Glad to hear it. Very, very glad to hear it. And yeah, allow me to continue, hopefully not ruining this painting. I'm gonna do this one over here. I will, I think, leave the ones at the back a little bit lighter than the ones at the front because that, you know, conveys distance and what have you nicely. But to that end, I kind of need to try and go in a semi-specific order. Okay. There's less water on my brush as well, so I'm kind of hoping that will give it a bit of a tree trunky texture while I'm at it, which is no bad thing. There we go. Okay. Alright. We've got some trees. Looking a little bit less ghostly. which I feel like is an improvement. Aoife says, I still maintain that the worst thing happening in 2020 was Firefox renaming undo closed tab to reopen closed tab. To this day, I'm annoyed by it. Oh no. Oh no. I'll be honest, I think I didn't realize for a very long time that you could actually reopen closed tabs or undo closed tabs. So by the time I discovered it, it had already been changed to reopen closed tabs, so it's all I know. Because I'm a deeply silly sausage and I genuinely didn't realize you could do that until probably like 3 years ago. I was just like, oop, didn't mean to close that tab. Guess I'll just have to open a new tab and navigate back to that website. That's embarrassing to say out loud. Anyways, yeah, no, I feel that. There are certainly, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there are certainly some websites that just like, well, you made a change and now everything's worse and I'm never gonna like visiting this website ever again, thanks. Many Distraction says, and I quote, in bunnies, I'll prove I'm keeping my site alive by moving this thing over here. It's genius. Thanks, I hate it. Aoife says, oh right, I got excited by the FFZ thing, but had to Google the name. So linden are my favorite tree. Linden, yes! Oh my goodness, linden blossoms make the nicest tea. Such a good tea. If you have one in your garden, harvest those flowers, dry them out, and use them to make tea, especially with peppermint that also comes from your garden. It is the best. Very good. And they're my favorite. My fig tree is my favorite individual tree. Oh my goodness, you have a fig tree. I'm so jealous. So jealous. That's delightful. Indigo says, wait, where's the reopen closed tab option? I have only used the hotkey. There's a hotkey? This stream is a learning experience for me. Oh my goodness. What? I feel like I should have known that, but I didn't. If you... In Firefox, I believe if you right-click on, like, another tab, you will have an option to reopen the tab that is, like, the most recently closed one from there. Control-Shift-T. Indigo, you've blown my mind. That's wild. It feeds me for, like, 2 months, says Aoife. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. Yeah, Aoife says if you right-click the tabs part of Firefox, yes. It comes up as well. You get a little menu of options, and it's one of the things that comes up. Hello, Gumby. Welcome in. How are you doing? It is wonderful to see you, and welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I am attempting to fix these trees, because originally the background was much lighter than it is now, and... so, by contrast, the trees looked rather dark, but then I decided that the background wanted to be darker, and once the background was darker, the trees looked way too light. And I had to, correct this. Which is why it looks like this now. Okay. This looks weird, but now I get to blend. So I get rid of some of this paint, and then we blend. We blendy blend. Okay, some of that blending looks good. Anyways, hope you're having a good one, Gumby. Hello. We've been talking about trees because I'm painting trees. So my question is, do you have a favorite tree, whether it's a like species of tree or like an individual tree that you happen to be acquainted with? I would love to know. And I do apologize that my nose is a little bit snuffy. I'm gonna mute my mic for just a second so I can blow my nose. I'm sorry, everyone. Buh! Sorry about that. Let me take a sip of my tea. Today's tea is lemon and ginger. Cal Surprise. I've been drinking a lot of ginger tea lately, but it is serving me quite nicely, so I'm very happy with that. The ginger tea, that is. I also have one of the weirdest and most terrible Christmas songs stuck in my head. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to ruin your day by having to think about it if you are familiar. Yeah. Somebody that I know on Blue Sky posted a thread of like the weirdest, most terrible Christmas musics. Some of which are just genuinely awful and bad. And some of them are like, actually I dig this. Like the man and his synthesizer on public access TV just playing a little tune that he wrote himself. I found quite charming and really liked. Versus someone put out an album of Christmas songs played exclusively on rubber bands, which would be really cool if they'd managed to play them in tune. It was a little pitchy. I did not enjoy that. And if you've ever seen that clip that I think was viral probably like 10-15 years ago of these two ladies named Henrietta and Myrna singing Go Tell It on the Mountain on some like pokey local no budget TV program from somewhere in the States, if I had to guess. Oh my god. It's one of those, these two ladies with very poofy, like, I would say probably early 90s sort of Christian lady hairdos. You know the ones. Neither of them look like they want to be there. The one, especially the taller one, just looks so like, it's like a hostage situation. It's like someone works on this show and was like, would you like to sing a little song on our show? And you're like, no, but fine. Neither of them seemed like they wanted to be there singing that song. It's very funny. But also I feel really bad for them. But also I kind of want to know where they are now. Like, I hope they're out there living their best lives somewhere, just having a nice time, eating, I was trying to think of a quintessentially American food. The only thing I could think of was pie. I hope they're eating lots of pie, especially at this time of year. This is pie season. But yeah. Anyways. Now do we play Guess the Bad Song, Sistals? I don't think you will ever guess the song that stuck in my head. I'd be very impressed if anyone did. Very impressed if anyone did. Like I said, I don't want you to have to know what it is because it's awful. It is just... Whew, it's taking a song that is already, like, I get very tired of very quickly, and making it a gazillion times worse. Anyways, Aoife says, I woke up recently not remembering my dream, but having Mr. Boombastic stuck in my head whole day. Genuinely feel like I'm missing out and not remembering the dream that prompted that. Oh my god. Many Distractions says, in quote, and I quote, you are contractually obliged to voluntarily sing our songs. Yeah, exactly. That's it exactly. It is neither of those, Aoife. It is a Christmas song. But yes. Oh, those also terrible. I don't think I've ever had a dream where there was like a specific song involved in it, except for this one night that I was listening to music as I was falling asleep, and instead I forgot to switch on the setting that says like after like 45 minutes the music just like fades out to silence while I'm sleeping. Because I woke up in the morning and the Belle and Sebastian album song that I'd been listening to had just been replaying on a loop, and I'm like, oh, that's why there was a Belle and Sebastian song in my dream. But I did wake up one morning and my brain just went, what if you swapped the melodies of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah and Dolly Parton's Jolene? And I can't unthink it. And I can tell you right now, having attempted to sing both, They both actually work surprisingly well. It's pretty great. I will not subject you to my singing voice. But once I've tuned my guitar, I'm gonna figure out how to play these for y'all. Anyways. Oh, then I don't even want to guess this even. You don't. It's just, ooh. Anyway. But having been reminded of a terrible piece of Christmas music, it did send me on a bit of a journey to remembering other Christmas musics that I'm familiar with from years past, that I do like. Like, I'm a big fan of Shouldn't Have Given Him a Gun for Christmas by Wall of Voodoo. That is just, honestly, don't even need to be a Christmas song. It's just a good song. I just am a really big fan of Wall of Voodoo. If you're not familiar with Wall of Voodoo, they are one of my favorite things to come out of the 1980s besides me. What else? I mean, I think that's probably one of my favorites. I like a lot of songs that aren't technically Christmas songs, but do have sleigh bells, so feel like Christmas songs to me. Like God Only Knows by the Beach Boys is a very good piece of music, I think. And also, I Want to Be Your Dog by the Stooges. A wonderful piece of sleigh bell music. As soon as those sleigh bells come in, I'm just like, yeah, it's Christmas time. I want to be your dog. Which is probably not what Iggy and company had in mind when they made that song, but that's just where my mind goes. What else? Oh, there's so many. Cornflake Girl by Tori Amos. I don't get a Christmas vibe from Cornflake Girl, but it does have sleigh bells in it, and it's just a good song. I would say, as far as Tori Amos songs that make me think of, like, festive time, probably Winter, but that's more about, you know, sort of that's more a song about just like a young woman's relationship with her dad, and it is a very sweet song, but it's not specifically Christmassy, I don't think. Anyways, Eva says, I love Tori Amos but totally forgot about her. I mean, that's fair. I would say she's kind of a, I mean, she's still out there. I don't actually know if she's out there, like, making new albums, because I am not good at keeping up with musicians. But she's certainly still out there existing. But I think of her as, like, a 90s singer-songwriter kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, in the same camp as I think of, I don't know, a lot of, like, the Lilith Fair musicians, like, the singer-songwriters of the 90s, you know what I mean? Like that kind of brand of singer. Who else? Why can't I think of any of them now? There were so many back then. The only other female singer-songwriter of that period I can think of is, like, Katie Lang, but she's more like gay country. So it's a bit of a different vibe. Anyways, I do love Katie Lang, though. Oh, I'm girls. Anyway, Many Distractions says, the only bad Christmas songs I can remember are the weird school carols that had very Hello Fellow Kids vibes. Oh my god. Yeah, I was in choir when I was in primary school, so I had to sing all of those songs. It was one of those weird things where choir was one of those, like, voluntary extracurricular activities, but almost everyone joined the choir. So it was practically compulsory, sort of, but not technically. It's confusing. How do I feel about these levels of brownness now? Better, I think. Now it just feels unbalanced because this section of the painting isn't done, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know anymore. I'm so confused. I'm gonna take a sip of my breuvage. Delightful. Today, it tastes like a spicy lemon head sweet. That's what it tastes like. I'm getting more lemon than ginger in this tea. It should have the same amount of stuff as everything else, but I don't know, where's the ginger gone? This might be because I've been also drinking ginger juice lately, because I've been having tummy trouble, and ginger is really good for your tummy. So I've been also just drinking, like, ginger juice, which I quite like, actually. It's very spicy because it's, ginger that's been pressed into a juice. It's mixed with apple juice, so it's not quite so potent. Um, but the smell of it when you open the bottle is just like, I was trying to figure out, like, what am I smelling here? And then I realized it smells exactly like, and this makes sense, it smells exactly like benishoga. Just like the pickled ginger that you get with sushi or, as like a garnish with other Japanese dishes. But it doesn't taste like pickled ginger. It tastes like fresh ginger, but it smells just like benishoga. It's very weird. Anyways, many distractions as it got to the point where I just mimed instead of actually singing and no one noticed. Well, that's the thing about being in a choir. You can kind of hide. You kind of hide the fact that you're not actually doing it. That's so good for you. I love that. Sorry, I have to mute 1 second. I'm sorry. So congested. Not cool. Not enjoying it. Super unfun. I want to just put some, like, little trees sort of way off in the distance, if I can. Just some suggestions of even more depth of treeness. So just like, it's just like a line. It's just like a line. Is that worse? I don't know. I kind of want to fill in some of these like gaps in the forest a little bit, I suppose. Because it feels a little like it could be a little bit more filled in, I suppose. And I feel like that might look, I don't know, I feel like that might make it feel like a slightly denser forest, I guess. Anyway, I love the fact that you were just miming along. That's so funny. That's, now I did genuinely want to sing, is the difference, when I was a youngin'. I do love to sing, but I'm much shyer about it now than I used to be. But yeah, I loved singing. Was I good at it? Debatable. But I loved to do it. So I joined choir for most of the years of like primary school, and then when I got to secondary school, I stopped. I was in a musical once, and I've performed live, like singing and playing instruments and stuff. But that's a very, very long time ago. That is a different chapter of my life, shall we say? Then would I do it again? Yeah, probably. It's a good time. It's nice. It feels good. Okay, just dropping a couple of extra sort of smaller trees way back there. Maybe just another one here. Cool. Okay. I think that'll do. I think that'll do it. I don't want to overburden it either with too many things back there. So I think I will stop with that. If I decide at the end of the painting that actually needs more stuff, we can always zhuzh then anyways. This is all very improvisational. So if anything doesn't work, oh well. I enjoy doing a painting where the stakes are basically non-existent. If I decide that I don't like a painting when it's done, I can just be like, okay, well, I learned something, and then move on. And honestly, I think that's a really healthy way to do it. It's a good way to be with artworks. Obviously, sometimes you're in different circumstances, like where you have to keep working at it until it's what you want it to be. But sometimes you can just be like, yeah, well, this isn't my favorite thing, and that's okay. Growth as an artist isn't linear. Sometimes you'll produce something that you're like, I'm not so sure about that. If you've ever listened to a musician and thought that their third album wasn't as good as their second, there you go. Same deal. Anyways, I'm looking at you, Rush. That is, I don't know if anyone will understand that reference, but just trust me on this. But obviously, if I were to do, if this were like a commission or something, I would just keep plugging away until it was very, very good, because then someone else is relying on me to produce something of immense quality. Whoa! Shots fired at Rush, says Talls. In my defense, I am such an enjoyer of the music of Rush that I got these tattoos on my forearms. These tattoos here on my forearms. Inspired by not even one of their most acclaimed albums, but like an album they put out in like 1991. That's how much I am a Rush enjoyer. So make of that what you will. I think that might be one of the most Canadian things I've ever done. I don't know. I had a bit of a Rush hyperfixation phase in my early 20s. I still do think they're very good. I do listen to Rush quite a lot, actually. It is a musical band I enjoy. Anywho, I remember when I was oh my god, they're so Canadian though. I remember when I was back in Canada, one of the featured books at sort of the front of the shop in like the local bookstore that we visited in my hometown was like, oh look, it's the autobiography of Geddy Lee, the bassist and frontman of Rush. And I was like, oh my god. I am for sure in Canada. And then at the airport, at like one of the bars in the airport had this big poster up to announce that they have a Rush themed beer. Only in Toronto. Only in Toronto. Is Rush the most popular band that I like? I don't know. They are a big deal in the old country at least. Yeah. Anyways. Good. Okay. Now I have to think very carefully about how to do this. Because we've got a lot of light coming off of this thing. So obviously I'm going to need to add some like shadows and stuff. But and I think because the light is hitting them directly, it's going to be quite sort of dramatic highlights. It's hard to do dramatic highlights when you're using a medium that is purely additive, because you can't go in and add the highlights afterwards. You kind of have to paint the highlighted bits first, then paint the normal colors, and then paint the shadows. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Well, let me just put like a really pale, slightly warm base under everything, and then add a little more color on top of that, and then add the shadows in at the end. I think is probably the way to do it. To be fair, I never really got into Rush, says Tells. And to be fair, a lot of people don't. That's very normal of you. My moderator / spouse, who I really think it seems like someone has like the personality / tastes otherwise of someone who, had he been born in like, you know, the greater Toronto area, would for sure be a Rush enjoyer. But they didn't really make it over to the UK in to nearly as great a degree. So, yeah. And I'm not one for like trying to recommend things to people by like, you know, sort of forcing them on them, because I don't enjoy being like, here, listen to this, it's my favorite thing, and then sitting expectantly, like, watching their reaction to see whether or not they like it as much as I do, because you're just going to be disappointed. Because there's a very good chance that they'll be like, yeah, this is fine. And are you going to feel like a mild sense of rejection at the fact that they don't love this thing with their entire heart as much as you do? Which of course they don't, because it's new to them, and it's just, you know, some obvious very good prog rock. Okay. Anyways, Yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm not really that much of a thing recommender at all because of that. There are some things that I'll recommend, but like I'm not gonna. I wouldn't want to sit down with someone, especially anyone that I hold in any amount of esteem, and be like, "This is my favorite movie. This is the best movie I've ever seen, and I want you to see it, and I hope you like it as much as I do. And if you don't like it as much as I do, I will cry." That doesn't interest me at all. I would rather just quietly enjoy my own interests, like semi-privately, or seek other people out who already like that thing, than than anything else. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get sad. Eva says Rush and Fish are bands I know from movies, but for a long time didn't even realize that they are actual bands. Oh my god. I can tell you right now that they're both actual bands. I cannot tell you any song. I think I've heard one song by Fish, and I'm not 100% sure that it was Fish. But I did used to have a very close friend who lives in Vermont and is from Vermont. So she was very familiar with Fish because Fish are from Vermont in the States. Also Ben and Jerry's ice cream, which is why Ben and Jerry's ice cream has a flavor called fish food. It's named after the band Fish. What's that, love? Is it the same guy? No, Fish isn't Canadian, sweetheart. They're from Vermont. Okay. Apparently, Fish is also the name of a guy who is the lead singer from Marillion. I'm familiar with Marillion, but I didn't know that he also did solo stuff, and his name is Fish, but it's different from the band Fish, who are from Vermont, which the ice cream is named after. Anyways. Hope you're enjoying granular music chat hours, everyone. SB says, I felt the I will cry. Oh, please don't cry. Please don't cry. But also, yeah, that's a mood. Tal says, fair, and a lot of times what we love about things like that are strongly tied to times in our lives as well, and just want to have that connection for somebody else. I think that's why. I did have the experience once, like, I don't know, 20 years ago or so, of someone wanting to watch the movie The Crow with me, and I thought it was okay, but I thought it was just okay, and they were, like, livid with me that I didn't love it, and I'm like, alright, but I think it was something that came out when they were, like, an edgy teen, so they had like a special place in their heart for it because of that. Like it hit at just the right time for them and just the right sort of zeitgeist, I suppose. But for me, it was like I was a university student, and it had been out for about 10 years by this point, and it felt a little bit dated, and I didn't think that it was that good. And they were really mad. I'm like, okay, but you realize that why you like it is probably a lot more personal than just it's like the best movie ever made. And that's okay. There are a lot of movies that I like and other things that I like that I know I like for very specific reasons, you know? Like, oh, this piece of music that's really weird, but it just, I saw it on TV once super late at night and it just hit at the right time for me, you know, kind of thing. Or like, you know, you associate it with a time in your life that has a lot of meaning, that kind of thing. Which can affect, you know, taste. Anyways, sounds fishy, says many distractions. I love that. Aoife says, it's weird how some bands just don't make it across the water both ways. Oh, very true, very true. The amount of music that, like, I had no idea about until I moved to the UK. Like, you know, like older stuff, like, a lot of, I feel like there was a lot more. Maybe it's just the circles I ran in back in, like, the 90s, but I feel like it seems like a lot more people I know here have, like, nostalgia for a lot of, like, electronic dance music type music that did not get played at all in Canada. I don't know. We were more, like, rock and hockey, I suppose. But conversely, like, do I know any British people who have heard of, like, the Tragically Hip or Sloan? Not particularly, and yet here I am being an enjoyer of both of those things, which are huge back in the old country. So, anyways. SB says, I think people didn't realize Big Time Rush was a real band or remember the Jonas Brothers had a TV show, SB? Oh my gosh. I had no idea. I thought they were just brothers. They are real brothers, right? Please tell me that they are real brothers. Otherwise, I'm going to feel really stupid. Nostalgia goggles tend to do that to folks with many distractions. Oh yeah. I mean, it's like going back and eating like a snack that you haven't had in years that you really enjoyed as a child. Like for me, it's things like those prepackaged snack cakes. Having them now as an adult, I'm like, the cake is kind of dry, it's too sugary, and the chocolate coating is like kind of waxy. And there are other cakes of similar flavor profiles that would hit the spot a lot better, but aren't like the nostalgia cake. But I have like 2 bites of it, and I'm like, yeah, this takes me back, but honestly, I don't want to eat the rest of it because it's not very good. Aoife says, I know the Jonas Brothers only from South Park. I know that the Jonas Brothers exist. I know that I think one of them is named Joe. I don't know about the others. Greg, maybe? I feel like they have monosyllabic names. Like, let's say Greg and, Chad. Those are the Jonas Brothers. They are men. They are siblings. To me, they were like, oh, another boy sibling band, because we already had Hanson back in my day, who I think make beers now. I'm not sure. Anyways, I know that one of them has diabetes. Of all the details to know, I hope he's managing it well. Anyways, so there's a Joe, a Nick, and a Kevin. I don't know why I thought they were all monosyllabic names. But, a Kevin, apparently. Yeah, I could see that. One syllable. So Kevin has 2 syllables, Joe has 1 syllable, is what I mean. Tel says Mbop. Oh, classic. I remember when those children were cool. But, also good for them. But also good for them for probably becoming fairly well-rounded adults and, not letting it, like, get all weird. The diabetes fact was mentioned in a South Park reaction I watched a few days ago, says Aoife. I see. This stream is such a learning experience. I'm learning so many things today. Anyways. I don't know what to color in first. I'm just gonna start on, this guy's hat, which is the same color as the background, basically. But that's okay. It'll do. Oh heck, there we go. Okay. I am actually gonna, you know what I will do? For this initial layer, I'm just gonna warm this color up a little, just a tittle touch. Just a tiny smidgen. It shouldn't make that much of a difference. SB says, to be fair, I hadn't heard of any of the band's artists that you mentioned. Well then, by all means, you should go check all of them out, obviously. Unless I said that I think that they're bad, in which case I wouldn't bother. Yes. Alright. I have officially started painting in a bit of the gnome husbands. Well, this already feels like a better painting. Hooray. Good job, me. Okay. We have a pointed hat. Anyways, I did actually on Blue Sky start a painting, a thread comprising a playlist of non-Christmas songs with sleigh bells that I think have a nice vibe. It should not feel like a festive song to me because technically it references like a medieval song called Summer is Coming In, which translates to basically like summertime is here. And the name of the song is Summer. But man, those sleigh bells just make it feel so festive to me. It's a song called Summer by Rostam. If you don't know Rostam, he's so good. He's so good. Gazillion out of 10 do recommend, if you wanted to listen to a thing. Rostam is very good. Anyways. Allegedly bad bands deserve a chance too, says Aoife. Listen. Most good bands may at some point have been a bad band, and sometimes good bands put out bad albums, and sometimes bad music hits in a way that good music doesn't. Things don't have to be technically competent to be amazing. And sometimes things that are grown in a lab to be perfect suck. Sorry. I didn't mean to get spicy opinion there. In Summer is kind of a wintry song, says SB. See, there you go. I mean, in fairness also, it is summer right now. In parts of the world that are not mine. If I was in, say, Melbourne right now, I'd be like, hell yeah, summer, let's get festive, you know, so, hey. Anyways, I'm gonna take a sip of my beverage. And then I'm gonna say, what the heck am I doing for this little guy's outfit? I've given him a cozy little winter coat. But I'm not sure what color I want it to. Do I want to just have it be white? Or do I want to have it be like a color? Because I had not decided on that. Normally I just dress him in like sort of a greenish blue and white. And the other one I dress in red and black. You know, those are kind of like their uniforms. But I'm not sure if I should give him another color because he's got a different outfit. I think actually no. What I will do is I'm going to color in this scarfy do. First of all. And then I'll figure out what to do with the coat. I'll do a little bit of a cough. And then I'll drop a BRB because apparently it's already BRB time again. Sorry, everyone. But that's good. That gives me time to think about what the heck I'm doing for the rest of this painting. And I was really hoping to finish this today, but at this rate, I honestly don't know. I'm going to try and get myself a third beverage, perchance. SP has quoted some lyrics in chat. Says, winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle, but put me in summer and I'll be a happy snowman. You'll be a... That sounds very sad. That sounds very sad, because they'll just be wet. Anyways, please enjoy the BRB screen. I will be back very shortly. Thanks, everybody. A BRB. Anyways, hello. Right. Have I decided what color I wanted this to be? No-ish. What if I did like a white coat, but I just added some like embellishments in the same color as the hat and scarf? I think that could work. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna maybe like just some little stripey doos on the sleeve, and also the other sleeve thus, and then maybe do the buttons in that color as well, because the trousers are also going to be in this color. Oh dang, what color are his boots? I don't remember. I think I made them like just brown. I think his boots are just brown. So I'll just do his boots in brown. That's fine. Anyways. Wow, that was hard work. Anyways, I hope everyone had a nice break. Did I remember to is my mic muted? I hope that it's not. It's not. Okay, cool. Awesome. Anyways. Right. I am once again thinking really hard about, what I want to bake in the next couple weeks, because I'm going to need to do some baking. And y'all, I am struggling because I do not wish to overdo the number of things that I bake. I don't want to like give myself too much work and get really stressed about it or anything like that, but I still want to make sure that I've done enough that it feels like enough has been done. And so I've got my short list of 3, but two of them are ones that I've basically started doing every year. And then a third one is one that I wish that I made more often, but I'm intimidated. But oh my god, there are so many Christmas biscuit and bake recipes out there. And I want to try more of them. Oh, for crying out loud. Really? Hello, Elgato. At least it's showing the Elgato logo, which is honestly encouraging because it wasn't before when we had issues and I had to restart the stream. So, hopefully we'll be able to just restart it nice and easy. Let me try. Oh, for crying out. Elgato camera hub. There we go. Anyways, sorry about that. The cat, says Espy. Well done. Yes, the cat. Okay, connected. I see it. We should have liftoff. Please and thank you. Yeah, we're back. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Love that for us. Hooray. Elgato really wants to be part of this drum. Apparently so. Elgato needs to chill. Just chill and let us look at the art. I don't know if that is like a very shady little value judgment of my artworks. I hope not, because that would be mean. I'm working really hard on these. And I'd appreciate if Elgato could be nice about them. Anyways. There we go. This paint is a little too wet. So I'm trying to just blot. Just like absorb a little bit of the wateriness out of it. There's like one bit that I keep trying to like, where there was like a gap in the paint and I kept trying to fix it and I kept making it worse. Okay, I have fixed it now. Now we have butts. Good. We have happy little butts. Delightful. I am going to cast a little bit of a... So instead of just leaving this coat just like bright white, because of the circumstances we're in here, I am instead going to... I've picked up a little bit of this, this lighter yellow. And I will try and... Ooh. Maybe not with this brush. Maybe with a different brush, because this brush is getting kind of murky. Maybe my paint water is just getting murky. Oh, should I have changed my paint water? Maybe my paint water is too murky to do such a light color. I'm going to change my paint water, do all of the lightest colors, and then we'll be... And yeah. Back in a second. Alright, pals, we're back. Hello. Hello. Oh my gosh, look at how like transparent this water is compared to before, which was honestly pretty opaque. I didn't actually realize there was that much gunge in the paint water, but it was very opaque. Oh my goodness. Okay. Re-picking up some of this light yellow paint. And I'm going to, you cannot see what I'm doing here at all. I'm just mixing up some of the yellow paint. And I'm going to water it right down because I do want it to be very light here because it's not a yellow coat. It's just a light colored coat. But it is for sure being hit by this warm light. And so I feel like it would be good to acknowledge that. I don't know if this arm is going to be getting any of it all the way over there, but I'm just gonna hit that with some highlights too, because I think this guy over here is also going to be getting less significant portion of glow touching him. Our gnome husbands are so happy. They're so happy. They love each other very, very much. And they are very sweet. And I do really love painting them. I'm taking this darker yellowish color for this guy's mustache and hair. But again, we'll start with a fairly light wash and we'll build up because of reasons. So my aim is to keep it still, you know, fairly transparent by the end, because that's the transparency of watercolors are a large part of their appeal. So anyways, because I mentioned earlier, I now have God Only Knows by the Beach Boys stuck in my head. That's a good song. I like that song. It's delightful. I don't think it's my favorite Beach Boys song. I think my favorite Beach Boys song is probably Good Vibrations. Specifically because that is an incredibly weird song. If you've ever just, like, listened to Good Vibrations, like, that is such a weird song. I don't know how to describe it other than it is just a weird song. But, like, in a very good way. It is a very good weird, but it is weird. And I'll be honest, I never really thought much about the Beach Boys as a band. Because, like, my exposure to them when I was very young was the more sort of, like, milquetoast surf music brand of the Beach Boys, and less, like, the weirder stuff. Because, as I say, Good Vibrations, a weird song. All of the Good Vibrations, like, outtakes and stuff, oh my god, so weird. Very, like, I feel like Fleet Fox has listened to that song and all of its outtakes and went, huh, and then started a band. And I really like Fleet Foxes, so anyways. Ooh, SB says, I watched Wicked yesterday in 3D. Ooh, 3D. Nice. And I want to listen to my favorite songs while making breakfast/lunch. That sounds like a delightful use of your time. I hope you enjoy your witch music. I hope the movie was fun. I don't really know anything about it, except obviously, like, the premise. I know it's based on a book, because I remember when the book came out and I had a friend who read the book and really liked the book. I don't know how gay it is compared to how gay people tell me that it is, because I've been burned by that before. Anyways, I had heard of them, said Many Distractions, but I don't remember hearing their music. That's, yeah, I mean, you know, they're pretty old school. Anyways, So I don't know why I'm going on about music in the stream, because I don't normally go on about music in the stream. We don't even listen to music while I'm streaming, or at least I don't. I mean, part of the mechanism of me not playing music while I'm streaming is that y'all can listen to whatever background music you want if you choose to put on music while you're like watching the stream or doing stuff. And I will not be interrupting you with my own music, which might not be your preferred music. So, you know, that's my kindness. There was a book of SB. Yeah, it's by a man named Gregory Maguire, I believe. I knew about the Broadway play. Yeah, I was honestly everything successful gets turned into like a musical now. And has for like, I don't know, I feel like the last 15-20 years. So I remember my friend reading the novel and being like, yeah, it's a really interesting take in as much as it's like, you know, kind of referencing a story in a universe that we're familiar with, but from the perspective of a different character. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And, you know, it's kind of like, it's one of those things where like, oh, it's a story that you know, but it's like edgier or something probably. I don't know. We were like 19 at the time, so, you know, everything wanted to be like an edgy remix. And then it got made into a Broadway musical, and I'm like, huh. Okay. And I never saw it, and I also never read the book. But yeah. Anything that's a musical, I suggest just looking up to see whether or not it's based on a novel, because, like, it feels like half the time it is, or a movie. It might be they took a movie and turned it into a musical, and then that musical will, in turn, get turned into another movie. I'm looking at Mean Girls. Why? Anyways. It's just we exist in an endless cycle of remakes. I feel like I should take it upon myself to try and just, I don't know, limit my consumption of media to things that are actually like new. Because, oh boy. I am, you know, every time I hear that, like, oh, this movie is being remade, they're rebooting this TV show with a new cast, they're remaking this movie from 10 years ago, I'm so tired. I'm so tired, and as somebody who would love to be able to write things for parts of a living, I feel pre-defeated in doing it. Like, there's no point. There's no point in my writing stuff, because they'll be like, well, this isn't based on an existing IP, so no one's gonna produce it. You know? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just self-publish. Maybe I just film things myself on my iPhone and put them on YouTube. Except I don't have the budget for that, and I don't have the acting skills to play, like, 6 different roles. I'm tired and sad, and my creative goals are continuously like pre-throttled because I just don't see any point in trying to pursue them, even though I super desperately want to. Because what's the point? Because no one's gonna want it, because it's not, I don't know, the freaking Polly Pocket movie or whatever. Boo earns. Anyways, I do have a YouTube channel, SB. Let me link it to you. I'm working on another video right now. I'm sorry I can't put videos out more often. Because, yeah. Anyways. You can do a one-person show, says SB. You know, speaking of that, actually, I do have a friend who goes and does Edinburgh Festival every single year. And it sounds like... It sounds like way too much of an emotional ordeal for me to be able to do. I feel like way too much of an emotional ordeal. Just the highs and lows of like having a great time, and then you do a show the next day and literally no one shows up, so you just don't do it. That doesn't sound fun. Many Distractions says, one day we will see a movie about remakes that will later get a remake itself. We will, and I'm already tired about it. I don't know. I feel like at some point this will either just become, like, this will either just get worse and worse and worse, and worse forever, Or eventually something will change. And this will change. And we'll start seeing original works more often again. Because, I mean, a lot of original works do get released and get acclaimed and stuff. And instead of learning, oh, okay, people like this, they're like, oh, okay, you know what we can remonetize? Let's make a movie out of Minecraft. It's just, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, and my favorite TV show was canceled. Anyways. I have made what I'm hoping is a pleasing pale blonde boy flesh tone, but I'm gonna have to blot it down quite a bit. I had a little tissue just a second ago. There it is. Because I am gonna be giving it multiple passes. So it wants to be pretty fair at this point. That's alright. Okay, anyways. Alright, we've done the first pass of colors in of this guy. And I very much apologize for that. Alright, anyways. I am hopefully streaming tomorrow, notwithstanding if I feel really unwell, because it's been kind of up and down lately. But hopefully I will be. But, oh, geez, if I do, I'm gonna literally have to leave the house right after I finish the stream, because, it takes a long time to get to where I need to go tomorrow, and I need to go to a pharmacy and hopefully collect some medicine. So, yeah. Anyways. There we go. Aw, look at his little hatto. Many Distraction says, I think a part of it is because companies sometimes tend to get paranoid about new IPs. So they'll just go, oh, this franchise made a lot of money, let's use it again. Absolutely. It is, we are seeing, I think in the last some odd years, an entertainment industry that is, honestly, potentially almost self-damagingly risk-averse. Like, we've got another one of those, it's not live action, but it's not like the cutesy 90s animation. It's like CG, but like naturalistic CG Lion King prequel. And I thought we kind of all thought that the, like, last time they tried to do It's the Lion King, but they look more like real lions, we were all kind of like, and yet here we are. They're doing another one. At some point, they're going to be having diminishing returns with this stuff, and they're going to have to be like, okay, maybe we need to get a little bit more bold and experimental. You know, of movie trailers that I've seen that actually look like they might be kind of interesting to me. The most interesting ones that I've seen lately are, you know, something interesting and different. I do kind of want to see that one with Daniel Craig that's based on like a William S. Burroughs novel. That sounds interesting. It's probably going to be real weird because it's William S. Burroughs. And if you're not familiar with William S. Burroughs, weird man. Very weird man. I read a number of his books and they were very weird. Interesting man, but oh boy, weird. They're Lion King again, says Many Distractions. Oh no, yeah, absolutely. They are doing it again. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you can just let something just stop. Just, you know, also the one where Amy Adams looks like a normal mom and it's like something about dogs. I don't know. There's something weird going on with that movie. But it looks like a fun time. I kind of want to see that. It looks weird and fun. It might not be weird and fun. I don't know. But also, But also the actor looks real pretty, and I'm not immune to a lady looks real pretty. That's normal, right? Anyways, I was so baffled I forgot to place the doing in that sentence. I just thought you were using Lion King as like a verb. They're Lion Kinging again. Because that feels like something that I would say without thinking about it. So I simply did not question it at all. I just thought it was great. Good job. Okay. Here we are. We have... So he's got a red hat and red trousers, and then I'm going to give him a black coat, but I'm going to pop some little contrasting red stripy doos on it as well. Just here. Just like 2 stripes, I think. So it's not too matchy. But yes. Now, what color do... Okay, I should do like a flesh tone for his handsome boy flesh. So if I add a little bit of you, but not too much, and a little bit of brown. That's way too much brown. Oh no. Especially because even if we're aiming for, you know, sort of like ultimately a sort of light olive skin tone, we want it to be, in the first instance, a fairly light wash so that we can build it as we go. Okay, and blah blah blah. There we go. All right. And the other hand here, which is holding the strap of his little log pack at the back there, which contains all of the logs that they carefully acquired today. Because, of course... Oh, yes, I didn't explain the story of what's going on here. So they've been out gathering logs for their little fire furnace at home in their little cottage in the Enchanted Forest. And it's getting close to evening, so they are making their way home now. Which is why one of them has a lantern out, because they're coming into the blue hour and things are getting a little bit too dark to just see on their own. So they're having to supplement with their little lighty lanty here. Gnome lore says many distractions. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, gnome lore. I love these two, I really do. I love to paint them. I think they're sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna need black for the coat and the boots, and then I'm gonna need gray, various levels of gray for the beard. And of course the gnome husbands, husbands is spelled with a G, but the G is of course silent. That's an important detail to remember. I can't get a feel for this color on the palette, so I'm just going to test it out on the first page of this Moomin notebook that I've got here. How's that look? Actually, yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to go with it. Okay. It's obviously very watered down at this point, but the hair does want to be gray, not black. Which I feel like is a very gnomish vibe. Anyways. Oh, good news, chat. I'm having ravioli for dinner. We've been getting ads for days and days and days, weeks potentially even, for this like pre-made filled gnocchi that comes in several different fillings. There's like a garlic one, a spinach one, a tomato one. They all sound really nice, and the ads make it look absolutely delectable. And wouldn't you know it, you were like, you know what? The advertising has worked on us. We are not immune to such things. Let's get some of those gnocchi and try them for dinner this week. And wouldn't you know it, we could not find them in any of the supermarkets in our local area. At all. So instead, I'm having, I think it's tortellini. Because that's what we had at our supermarket. This one's got, I think, and I mean, you know, it's a filled pasta, but gnocchi have that like pillowy texture, the squidginess. You know, I love a gnocchi situation. I did consider getting my supermarket did have just like pumpkin gnocchi, and I did almost just get those, and maybe pan fry them with some like brown butter and some garlic and stuff. But no, we decided to go for, I think it's a tortellini, if memory serves, with some tomato inside. I'll do that with a bit of olive oil, maybe a little bit of cheese on top. And I think that's hopefully going to be a really tasty din-dins. And also fairly simple for me to do after stream. Because, yeah. Anyways. SB says, I want ravioli. Oh, man, it's fit. There's this one that they do at a local supermarket that has an aubergine filling, and I really love that one I'll make like a rich tomato sauce to go under it with a lot of garlic, maybe some other vegetables happening in there. Some herbs, whatever herbs I've got, and it's so good. Simple and tasty is a good combination, says Tals. I wholeheartedly agree. I had a croissant for lunch, and let me tell you, it made me very happy. Very, very happy indeed. But yeah. I am very much liking the way that the gray is granulating here in our red-hatted gnome's beard, just because it's kind of giving like a textural effect, like a salt and pepper effect, without me having to actually go in and paint that in. And, you know, I love that for me. Usually whatever texture the paint can come up with on its own will look better than anything that I could try and, like, add to it. So, happy with that. Hell yeah. I still don't know if this painting might end up looking weird. I don't know whether or not I'm going to like it when it's done. I like these two, though, and that's the important thing. I love them very, very much. Okay. I don't think I want to risk painting the coat until the beard is fully dry. Otherwise, we very much run the risk of, we run the risk of the paint sort of bleeding into each other, and I would really rather they didn't do that. So, I'm going to look at doing the little log pack on his back. And for that, I'm going to need, well, first of all, I'll take a little yellow and then add a little brown to it. That's too much brown. Now it just looks brown. Great, good job. I will pick up some more yellow from over there and try and make it look like a slightly lighter brown. Oh, maybe I should have just used the other brown that's on the palette. Hold up. I'm stupid. No, I'm not stupid. I just forgot that there was another brown. Anyways, I'm just gonna actually take this off of this palette. I'm running out of little spaces for globs on this palette, so I'm just gonna get rid of that and that. And then I'm gonna use some of this kogecha, which is, I think, a black tea of some kind. Or that's what it's not what it's made of, it's what it's named after, obviously. Obviously, you know. This palette of paints is so stinking pretty. I really do love it. You can see which paints I use the most. Weirdly, I don't use the purple that often, and I feel like I should make a concerted effort to use more of the purple, because purple's my favorite color. Why don't I use it more? Anyways. There we go. We've got Some little loggies here. Very cute. And also, most importantly, it will keep their house warm. I have painted these guys a lot. What's the most recent one that I did? I know there's a few of them in my shop, !shop, by the way, if you want to see my shop. There is still time to... Hello? Chatbot? Okay, Chatbot pooped its pants. Oh, did I not restart Chatbot when, Damn, I didn't restart Chatbot when I restarted the stream. There's just been no Chatbot. For like 2 hours, I guess. Ah. Swear words. Well, okay, hold up. Let me just... Here's a link to my shop in the chat. If you wanted to get anything before the holidays, we've reached a point where I can't 100% guarantee that it will actually reach you before the holidays. I'm shipping everything as quickly as I can. Like, as soon as things come in, I can... Because I've got, like, a backlog of stamps, so I don't have to take anything to the post office. I can just stick a stamp on it and get it in the post box, which is a good. But but if you want anything ahead of the holidays, there's not a lot of time to do that. And the shop will be closing for a few days over the holiday period because I will not be present to fulfill any orders, and I'm taking a little time off to rest because it's the holidays and I'm allowed to do that. But if you did want anything, it's there. There are several gnomish items available. There's some stickers and some prints, and you know, they're in love. Anyways, hello Theo, welcome in. Theo says, Sammy, these colors are fucking perfect. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It is, I wish I could take credit for it, but it is entirely this palette of paints that are just very good. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you to say, and I hope that you are well. I hope that you are having a good Thursday. It's wonderful to see you. Welcome in. I'm going to take a sip of my tea because, as you can tell, my throat is protesting. Quite a bit, in fact. All right. And on that note, what shall I do next? Okay. I think the beard is dry. The beard is dry. I think I can go back to painting the coat and boots, or at least getting a coating on the coat and boots. You did choose them, says Theo, and also use them to make them into a painting. I am indeed doing that. That is for sure. That is for certain a thing that I am doing, or at least attempting to do so. And hopefully it's going okay. Gonna need a little more brown, a little black, a little brown. Hopefully that looks black. I guess we'll find out in a second. Just gonna wet my brush just a tittle touch, but this is black, so it's gonna want to be dark. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the most highlighty of all of the things here. So, anyways, I hope that this will look okay when all's said and done. But one never knows until one does. That's the scary thing, and also the very, I don't know, kind of fun thing about making arts like these is you gotta just do the thing. You gotta just do the thing and see what happens, and like not realizing that the trousers were still kind of wet, and just getting black paint all up in the gnome husband's trousers that isn't supposed to be there, and then having to kind of mop that up. Okay, well, fixed it. It's fine. Everything's okay. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional anything. That's not true. Technically, I am a professional artist and a professional gamer because I do it on stream, and the stream is technically monetized. And that means that I'm a profesh. So, professional doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at it. Anyway, Samantha, hello, welcome in. She says, woohoo, I made it home in time for the end of this stream twice in 1 week. Hell yeah. It's very nice to see you. We are going to go until it tries to force me into running an ad, at which point I will leave. Because I don't want y'all to have to suffer through. So for anyone who's come in recently, what happened at the top of stream was that I had some fairly significant technical difficulties and had to restart the stream. And when I restarted the stream, the pre-stream ads decided to run again. I was able to delay them for as long as possible, but eventually it was like, no, you have to run ads. And so I had to run, even though technically the stream, had been running for like not that long at that point, and we'd already seen like pre-stream ads at the actual beginning of the stream, because it restarted. It was like, oh, it's time to run ads. So yeah, people got blasted with ads like twice in like 30 minutes, and I was like, nah. I put it off for as long as it would let me put it off, but then it forced my hand. Damn it, Twitch. And as such, I now need to make sure that I finish stream before you have to see another ad break, because I just don't want to do that to y'all. Anyways, Samantha says, Twitch user Sammy Kelch, professional gamer, professional artist, amateur hyperactivity dragon. Still trying to find the way out of that attention dungeon. But it is a doozy, and I've used up all of my spell slots for the day. So here we are. Anyways, gonna take another sip of my beverage. I really thought that we were gonna finish this today. I don't know why I was that ambitious. Probably because I didn't foresee the technical difficulties, but I guess that means we'll come back to this on Monday, and then because time is linear and it's moving forward distressingly quickly. We don't have that many streams before the holidays. I guess we've got tomorrow, and then next week, and then a week from Monday, and then I'm gonna be away for a bit, and then I'm gonna come back. So yeah, not too long of a holiday break this year, probably, I think, but yes, there will be a holiday break because I will be not here for a few days, and such is the way that the schedule shakes out. And also my just wanting to give myself a couple days to rest, because woof, it's been a few months, shall we say. It has for sure been a few months. Yeah. Anyways, I think, do these little guys look okay so far? I hope these little guys look okay so far. I think they look okay so far. I think they do. I think it's time for me to bust out a smaller brush to take care of some of these littler details, I think. So I'm gonna pop this one to one side, because that's gonna need to be cleaned after stream, obviously. I'm actually mildly wondering if I can just pick a little bit of the paint job on this tree in particular is very opaque. I'm wondering if I can just pick a little bit of texture out of it without that ending up looking weird. Just give it a little, I'm literally just wanting to texture it a smidge, before I do anything else. And of course, it goes all shiny when it's wet, and I can't really see what I'm doing. Ooh, that is doing something. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, actually, I feel like that looks a lot better. I've just pulled a little bit more texture onto it, and I think that works. The colors are looking great, very rich, says Samantha. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you for your kind words. It's very nice of you. Okay. I'm just formulating myself a little log pack strap brownish, which is the official name of the color. And hope that that looks all right. Actually, yeah, that does look all right. Cool. And I also need a tree interior, sort of lighter brown color. So I'll add in that detail, and then I want to come back and have a little look-see at the lantern if I can. There we go. Yay! Okay, we've got some little loggies, very cute, very pleasant, very log-like, I don't know. They're heavy, they're made out of woods. They will keep our little gnome husbands warm for many, many months and help them to make pies and stews and cups of tea and hot chocolate. All that good stuff. Love that for them. Okay. I need to make more black because I think I've run out of black. So I'm picking up some of my very dark blue, and I'm going to mix these two together, make a beautiful black. That's what I used for these, but this needs to be dark, dark, dark. So, getting quite a thick amount here, if I can. How's that? That feels like it's a little bit on the warm side, so maybe if I can add a little bit more blue to it. How's that looking? Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. It's hard for me to gauge whether or not a black is appropriately black because at a certain point it just looks so dark to me that I can't really tell. But this is actually quite perfect, so that's really good. Get a nice amount onto there. And the little holdy handle. It is, I'm thinking, it's not like, you know, it's a very workhorse metal. It's not like a polished metal. So it's not going to be reflecting any of that light. There's no like nice highlights on this. It's just absorbing it. Likewise, I don't really want a lot of highlights on this guy's coat because it's like wool, and wool also very absorbent. Oh, speaking of, I got a lovely wool blend coat delivered the other day. I'm so excited. My winter coat at the moment is it's very good. It's been very good, but it is super old. And even after like going through the wash and stuff now, it still just looks kind of like scruffy and old. And I managed to find a really nice sort of like herringbone tweed wool winter coat in a nice sort of light brown color, and it was fairly inexpensive for a wool winter coat. It was like £50, which is not an insignificant chunk of change, and I do kind of at spending £50 on something, but I'm also really hopeful that this nice wool coat will look nice for a really long time and last a really long time. It was regular price, significantly more expensive than that. I got it on like a clearance deal. So I'm really hopeful that it's going to last me quite a while. And thankfully I do know how to mend things, so if I need to like mend it over time and it's still good, then it's still good. I guess the one concern is always like, you know, you can mend things if like a seam busts or like the lining is starting to wear out or whatever, but when like it's when the base fabric of a garment is quite cheap that it becomes really hard, I think, to mend, where like, you know, when you've worn a garment twice and it's already starting to like bobble in places and the fabric is just like wearing thin even though you haven't used it that much. That I hate about like a lot of modern clothing. I'm like, this is a beautiful, nice quality garment, and then I wear it like 2 times and it's getting bobbly. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Now, admittedly, you know, I can't afford to buy the most expensive things. But I think even a lot of the most expensive things are not necessarily of higher quality. They just have a designer name slapped on them. But anyways. Right. What was I saying? Oh yes. Samantha says unfortunately that means they must now be eaten. So this probably relates to something I said like 9 hours ago. And I'm sorry I missed it until now. I just got onto a rant apparently. So apologies for that. Sometimes it does that. Anyways, I hope y'all have had a good week so far. It relates to the colors being rich. Oh, I see. Yes. Well, I will say as far as these colors go, I think the most delicious looking color to me is like that one. It's very buttery. It is a very... They are very yummy colors. I think this color would taste really good if it was like a snack. And I think this color would taste really good if it was a snack as well. Like, for sure. This, I mean, it's blue raz. This is just blue raz, right? This would just taste like blue raspberry. And this is butter. So I wouldn't necessarily want to eat these all mixed up together. But yeah, I could see these being delicious colors. This one is kind of, you could make an argument for it being in the vicinity of like a paprika, maybe. And these two, the names literally mean roasted tea and black tea. So obviously delicious. Anyways. Limited or regular edition blue raspberry? Oh, only limited edition in this house. We're classy. We are here for the limited edition blue raspberry. One of these days I want to try making my own limited edition blue raspberry fight milk. I don't know what that would entail. I have a raspberry flavored matcha. Maybe if I use the raspberry flavored matcha and got some like blue food coloring or something and just made myself a raspberry matcha latte and added a bunch of blue food coloring. Boom. Limited edition blue raspberry fight milk. The temptation is very real. Anyways. Oh. Samantha says, you are now required, if you wish, to make a limited edition blue raspberry sticker. Well, okay, you twisted my arm. I guess that's gonna have to happen. I will work on it. I promise I will work on it. Anyways. That sip. My tea is getting really cold. That sip tasted like a deliciouser version of a ginger ale that has gone flat and has had like a twist of lemon squizzed into it. Yeah. Speaking of, like months and months and months ago, like probably on clearance after Christmas, I bought this like alcohol gift set because I've never had this alcohol before, but because I don't really drink alcohol, but I like the branding of it because it's got a Kraken on it because it's Kraken rum. But it came in a little gift set with like a mini bottle of Kraken rum and like a little like Kraken mason jar to make a little drink out of. And I really want to actually try it at Christmas or around Christmas. Who knows if I will though. But I think it seems fun. I'm not like teetotal, but I drink alcohol like once a year because I just personally don't like it. But this one's got cute branding, so I'm hoping it's yummy. But yes, now I have to make a limited edition blue raspberry and make it into a sticker. Well, that may happen in a future shop update. Who knows? ! Shop in the chat. Once again, I have one. Feel free to tell your friends. Because, you know, I always feel good when my shop updates break even. Anyways, I'm going to have to send you guys on a raid because I can't snooze this ad break, and I don't want you to have to be subjected to another one, so I'm literally just going to end stream to spare you that. Subjected to another one, so I'm literally... But it's going to run ads in like 2 minutes. So, let me see if there's anyone online that I can do a little raid on. Okay, you know what? When's the last time that we... I don't want to dither too much in finding someone to raid because I want to. Oh, look who's live. Okay, yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me today, everybody. I had a really nice time chatting with you about this, that, and the other. It's been very, very good. Haven't raided Band in a while, who is a really fun guy, doing some art. So, what the heck? Let's go say hi. He's sketching. Ooh, he's sketching some food today. That's exciting. Okay. Have a generic raid message. And, if you have the emotes, feel free to grab this with the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you can just say generic raid message. I am trying to... The incoming ad break message is getting in the way of being able to see my own emotes. Okay, we're using the ghost because it's the first emote that I can see. Here's your raid message. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. It's been a really, really fun time. I will be back hopefully tomorrow morning playing Hollow Knight if I'm feeling up to it. If I'm not, it's because I'm sick. But thank you all in the meantime. You're all breathtaking. And I hope you have a good night, and I hope to see you all again soon. And thank you for keeping me company today. And take care of yourselves. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Have a good one, friends. Have a good night. Good night, and good luck. Goodbye, goodbye.